I grew up with poetry. That was what one of the things I really immersed myself in. And I think you're one of the most important figures in poetry. And this book is not what I expected as far as when I heard the title, What Love was a big inspiration for you when you were writing this?
You know, I always say that poetry was my therapy before I could afford a therapist. And so I really wanted to write about the journey of kind of finding yourself again, coming home to yourself. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or in the dark because the world is so overwhelming right now, really being able to locate that light within instead of seeking and hoping you'll find outside sources. And so this book is really about creating pause and space to give care to yourself and finding worthiness not just by doing. You know, there's a poem in the book that says, you call yourself the glue, but while you hold it all together, who is holding you?
I love that one.
I think especially women, we really try to make ourselves useful and do and hold and you know, we're holding the frame and everyone's in the frame. And I write in the book that if you're the glue, then you're a tool, you're a utility for the thing, for the family. You're not a person in the family. And I think that the people who love us want us to know that we are a part of the family, not a tool for it, not something that just makes the family possible without being in it also. But I think it's hard, you know, for so many, and I'm definitely guilty of this. I would find pride in that. I'd say, oh, look at me go. I mean, if someone called me Superwoman, I'd be like, oh, look at me, Superwoman. But Superwoman is not a real person. It's not real. She's not real. And a hero is someone whose only kind of purpose or role is to save the day or die trying. And then what does that say about your own value in yourself?
And they're extremes.
Very.
What you said is so apt. And something also that really represents love in this book is friendships, which I feel like when we say the word love, we almost always go automatically to romance.
Always. But by the way, friendships are romantic. I think, you know, just because something is not sexual does not mean it's not romantic. I think you meet people and you are like, I just love them. And you go on first dates with your friends and you're like, oh my gosh. And then you have sparkly periods where you just cannot stop texting them or, you know, and so I think that this idea that we value friendship similarly to how we value romantic relationships, most of all because a lot of them outlast those kind of, you know, different types of romantic, relationships.
I mean, you know, I really don't know what I would do without my lifelong friends. In fact, you were with one of my oldest.
I know your bestie.
You do, Cameron Diaz, which we know who she is. And her extraordinary sister-in-law, who's the coolest chick ever, Nicole Richie, and you guys have a Virgo
fest. So Nicole and I are both Virgos, and we are obsessed with being Virgos, and so is Cameron, by the way. So Nicole and I had a joint birthday party this year, and we themed it Virgo Fest, and we had like a good old-fashioned dance party. We like had to get our own DJ. We had a real party, which we just do not. And I have small kids. We're very boring, for lack of a better word. We just stay home. We talk on the phone. We wear our cozy clothes. We do not leave. So it was a wild ride.
Funny, you do like a cozy. You have a blankie, right, or a sweater?
Oh yeah, I have. Some people have a safety blanket. I have a safety sweater. I cannot leave the house without something like a soft sweater. And then I started this kind of joke on Instagram where I was like, oh, my safety sweater of the day. But I think it caught on similarly to Virgo Fest, I'd say. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know that you are obviously looking like the epitome of Chanel circa.
Well, I wanted to get very fashionable for you because you're so chic and fashionable.
Thank you. But when I roll in here, it's much more like the thing that we made for you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my
We basically
God.
made you a big pink Snuggie. It's the opposite day.
No, I love this.
But feel it, it's chenille, and it's like, you know, yeah, it's the exact opposite of how you look now.
Obsessed. I'm getting on the train to Washington, D.C. after this, so look out, Amtrak.
I wondered if Cleo could take us out of this segment with a poem. So as a last thing to our hangout. But did I say everybody's going home with a copy? Okay, good. Everyone is going home with Cleo's book. It's absolutely beautiful. It's called Remember Love. It's available now wherever books are sold. And
well, I wanted to read this one from Remember Love because I feel like self-forgiveness is such a big part of being able to love ourselves.
oh my God, you don't even know. This is so crazy. We've been talking about this.
Okay, so this is called Everything That's Happened. There are some very large letting goes to do. People, places, honeyed and bitter phases of life. There are some even larger letting goes to do. Anger, tears, parts of yourself that leave with no return. Have a past. Everything that's happened cannot be held today. Thank you so much, Drew.
Gina Marie.